Good evening, everyone. It's Julie Hedges here, and welcome to another cosmic conversation. I just love that theme music that I've got here for the Cosmic Conversation show that was created by Rob Kendall, musician and producer. So thank you, Rob, for that really cosmic sounding, cosmic conversation intro. I really appreciate that. And welcome to the program, everyone. It's another Monday, and we are well into spring. Yay, Neshi's here and saying my audio and video are both working. Yes, and I've got the lights on and I've got everything set up. So I think we're in a good spot tonight. Tonight we've got a special show to talk about rebirthing. This is springtime, so we're now in the time of reawakening. And so as people are gathering in the chat room, welcoming all of you to this cosmic conversation, we're going to talk about rebirth. Realization, refocusing, redefining, and revitalizing ourselves. Definitely revitalizing ourselves. So we've got Nishi in the house. Hello, hello. And Lynn is also in the house. And more people are streaming in. So thank you. Thank you for coming out on this Monday evening. The third Monday of every month is where you will find me right here on Star Nations Network for our live stream talk. And I would like to invite you to find it in your heart to like and share this stream. If that is something that feels right to you, if you'd like to invite someone to be part of this cosmic conversation, please do. We want to educate, illuminate, invite, and share in this conversation because that's what we do here. We have good discussion, live discussion, heart to heart, soul to soul, and spirit to spirit. We always do soul work right here on the third Monday of every month with the Cosmic Conversations live stream. And hello, Deborah is here this evening. So welcome. Welcome all of you. And I am still working on my water regimen, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. As we're going through all of these changes and our whole communities and our world has changed immensely here since the beginning of the year. The things that I'm finding to be very comforting and assuring are those disciplines that I have, both in the physical realm, the emotional realm, mental realm, and the spiritual realm, my personal disciplines. And one of them is my water. I hope I don't want to get the brand name in there. I don't want to get in trouble for that. But yeah, I just have my Brita pitcher and I refill my water so I can make sure that I get all of my liters in for the day. So I drink my water by liters, these bottles here. So we have Deborah's here and Violet is here and Anne is here. Thank you all for coming in. And so before we get started with our cosmic conversation, I want to go ahead and help us just get really balanced here for a good conversation. And again, invite anyone to share the program with a friend or on your timeline or in a group that allows videos. Or maybe even send it to someone specific that you think, this person might really benefit from understanding their own spiritual tools that they have available to help them navigate through these retrograde periods that we're going through, like right now. So I invite you to share that out. And thank you, Rob, for sharing it over to the Tarot Journey page as well, because that's my book page, and I'm still active over there as well. But for our centering this evening, we're going to do something a little bit different. You know, Spirit said while I was getting ready that before we set a sacred space, we want to do a clearing. Okay, a clearing. What do you want us to do for a clearing? So this is what I was given. So we'll do it all together. Even me, I'll do it with you. So I'm going to place both of my feet on the floor and my arms, you know, just down by my sides, uncrossed, and making sure that my central channel, my spine is straight, my shoulders are sitting above my hips, my head is kind of just loose on my neck. I have good posture, but I'm still feeling comfortable. I'm not rigid at attention, like, you know, attention. I'm just very comfortable like this, but my feet are on the floor. And I'm going to just affirm that I have this connection with the floor into the subfloor and the foundation into the earth. And so I'm going to be rooted like a tree. But you know what happens when the weather comes through and we have a nice big windstorm and a nice big rainstorm like we have had in my area all weekend long. It's been raining. I was joking. I said it was raining lions and tigers and bears. We had long passed cats and dogs. It was really, really strong rains coming down. So it was shaking through the leaves, shaking through the trees, and bending the branches and watching those trees move around in the spring storm. So we're going to do that too as a clearing, to clear out our physical field and our emotional, mental, and spiritual field. So if you, wherever you are, just kind of feel yourself shaking like a tree. You can shake your head a little bit and your shoulders and your arms and even wiggling your torso. You're going to just shake it all off. Like Taylor Swift, shake it off, baby, shake it off. Shake it all off. And another really strong breath in and whoosh it out. How does that feel? For me, I kind of feel a little tingly. That's actually a combination of what my guides had given me right before I went on the program, and also what we have done in my Qigong class that I've been taking. We were meeting regularly before all of the shelter in place things and coming back to Qigong, but it was, I think it's called shaking the tree. So there we go. But it's just that moving that chi, moving that energy, and like an energetic refresh, just shaking it off and whooshing it out from even the internal. So now, do you feel clear? Do you feel ready to create some new conversations and some new ideas and understandings tonight? So let's do that. Let's create a sacred container, a sacred space for our soul work that we are going to do here on Cosmic Conversations. And a nice soft breath in and out, with our feet still on the floor and our arms just very gently either resting on our legs or resting in front of us, and your head just gently balanced, your spine straight, your head floating on your neck, and your shoulders above your hips, and you're just very comfortable and relaxed and soft breath. And with that, we invite in a golden crystalline light from the highest of the heavenly lights to stream down on us like the sun streaming through the top of your roof wherever you are, or if you're outside, wherever you are, streaming down all around you in this beautiful cocoon of light. And this light is coming on inside of you, so it's making your head alive and tingly, and down to your neck, lighted and tingly, and down into your heart center, alive and tingly, and in your belly and right around your belly button, so alive and tingly, and on down into your hips and your seat, alive and tingly with light, and all the way down both legs to your knees, feeling alive and tingly, and reaching all the way down to your toes, alive and tingly with light, and even through the bottoms of your feet as they are rooted in the earth, alive and tingly with light. And a beautiful deep breath in. And calling on the beautiful light of the dawn, the brand new morning, to be with us tonight as we talk about revitalization and refocusing and rebirth, and inviting in the midday sun of the south to illuminate our hearts so that we glow out from our heart center into the world. This little light of mine is gonna be shining everywhere. And inviting in that sacred twilight light, wrapping around us like a comforting shawl, between the worlds, betwixt and between, giving us a comfort to know that both light and shadow are needed, and they're both good and comfortable. Oh, and inviting in the midnight sun, that our sleeping bodies still hold the light of the midnight sun. When we are resting our physical bodies, but our minds are alive, and our dreams are awakening. And we center around now to our central sun, our own personal sun that shines right within our heart center. And it shines its rays down both of our legs, through both of our arms, all the way up to our face and out the crown of our head. And the light streaming in from the highest heavenly light, and the light that is within us streaming up and out and down and all around, even up to the highest heavens and into the heart of Grandmother Earth. I am alive. I am light. And so it is. Amen. Amen. So we have some more folks who have joined us in the chat. Let's see here. We have Lynn is here. Thank you for joining us. And who else? Deborah, thanks for being here this evening. And Neshi says, loving and sharing because the retrograde info is so needed. Thank you, Neshi. I appreciate that. And Violet is here. Hello, ma'am. How are you? And who else is with us? Anne is here. Thank you for joining us tonight. And Lisa, welcome. Welcome. And we have Jocelyn. Hello. Thank you all for being here this evening. This topic we're going to talk about tonight is called the Renaissance Tools for the Retrogrades, plural. So let me just give a quick, 0 point of what we're meaning to talk about. Renaissance means rebirth. Naissance comes from the French, and Renaissance means rebirth. And of course, we all remember history. We have the Renaissance period in the Middle Ages, coming out of the Dark Ages after the plague. Interesting, right? Into this rebirth of art and spirituality and expression of all kinds. The written word, the theater, plays. This is when William Shakespeare became prominent in doing his work, and all of the wonderful painters that were born out of this rebirth. So we have this opportunity now that we have been going within, literally, because I think most of our states here in the United States, I can't speak for all of the places out in the world, but I know for the United States, we've been strongly encouraged to stay in our homes, to work from home if we're still working, to be very careful if we go out and visit like the grocery store or other places, to do the social distancing and all of that, to keep down, to flatten the curve. There we go, flatten the curve. Need another drink. So this time is to kind of get cozy with ourselves, get cozy with our own homes, get cozy with our own families. And maybe that has been a really, really good work for you personally. And I call it a work because relationships of all kinds are meant to get you places. This is a meme that I saw on Facebook, so I'm going to share it as best I remember it. Relationships are ships, and ships are meant to get you from one place to another place. And so if your relationships are not moving you from where you were to where you are going in your own spiritual walk, then it's time to get new relationships. Or it's time to work on getting everybody rowing the ship the same way, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's been the way in your household. I don't know. So you can tell me how this time has been for you since we were all strongly encouraged to stay at home. You can tell me what you have been doing for your own practice to keep up your spiritual practice, your mental and emotional and physical practices that really help you. Because now that we are in this time of the retrogrades, it's really going to be important. So I'm going to give everybody a moment if you want to go ahead and let me know in the comments, what are some of the practices that you have been doing that are feeding your body, feeding your mind, feeding your spirit, feeding your emotional system? What have you been doing in this time when normally you'd be out at the ball field with the kids, or maybe taking trips on spring break and these other things that you've had to really, 180 your schedule? What have you been doing? So while you are typing some of your practices, I will share a little bit of mine. So my own spiritual practice has changed a bit. I still do my sacred work twice a day, is when I ground and center and set my sacred space 2 times a day, every day. I'm still drinking my water. I'm doing a gallon of water a day, 4 liters. That's a little over a gallon. And I am doing meditation after work every day. So as soon as I click off my computer, then I immediately go into the other room, and my spiritual team has had me do child's pose. If you're familiar with that, the yoga practice of child's pose, where you kind of fall forward on your face gently. I mean, not splat on the floor or anything, but where you are resting. And my spiritual team wants me to rest my forehead right here, and my third eye wants me to rest that as close to the floor as possible. Sometimes on my hands, sometimes I can get all the way to the floor. And my spiritual team has told me that that practice empties out my mind of my mental mind. It takes the monkey out. That's the way my spiritual team has explained it to me. So immediately after work, I do the child's pose for about 10 minutes. And then that makes me nice and relaxed. And I usually go into Shavasana and meditate. They also want me to meditate for an hour a day. So sometimes that hour turns into 2 or 3, and I wake up much later in the evening, kind of ding. But that's been my particular practice. So I see some of you have been very busy during this time. So who has a share that we can talk about? This cosmic conversation, I think. I've got Jocelyn. She is keeping busy with things around the house and the yard, working in her garden, being outside as much as possible. I love that. I do. When the weather is nice, I do like to go for walks. And in fact, when we began, for the beginning of all of this kind of change up, we were still going into the office during work time. So we didn't start working from home right away. But when we did, I would still keep my same schedule, so still getting up at the same time, and I would use my commute time, the time it would take me to drive into the office. I would use that time to take a walk in the morning when it was nice. So that's good. Thank you, Jocelyn. That fresh air is excellent. Neshi has been eating as cleanly as possible to lower her glucose levels and have healthy levels, doing daily meditation still, consciously drinking good, clean water, listening to books by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, and just started using earthing daily. Oh, I love the work of Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I have several of her audio programs. And I tell you, for myself, listening to her voice it kind of hypnotizes me. I don't know if that's what it makes you feel like, but she has this kind of rolling speech that's very soft and soothing. And I'm trying to, pardon me, I'm so sorry. Everyone in the neighborhood has mowed the grass today, including my yard guy came by to mow the grass today. So I think it's all in my nose. I apologize. Thank you for sharing that, Neshi. And who else? Lisa has been working with flowers and picking up trash next to Lake Michigan. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for treating Grandmother Earth with such dignity and care, and for being outside and just enjoying the natural world. Thank you, Lisa. That's awesome. Appreciate that. And she says, bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Oh, well, spiritual practices are nothing to sneeze at. I know. I apologize. Rob has been doing his daily sacred grove ritual on his Druidry path and walking when possible. Not always possible. I know. It's not always possible. We had this weird wonder weatherland here where it's soggy and cold and then warm and soggy, and we never know what's going to happen. So I totally get that. So awesome. You all are really, it looks like you are investing so much in your own personal work, whatever that is, your personal practices. And so we're talking tonight about tools that we all can use for these retrogrades. And I say retrogrades, plural, and we're going to start with the one that is near and dear to all of our hearts, and that is the retrograde of Venus. And Rob, could you put up that wonderful picture of Venus? Isn't that a wonderful picture of Venus? That is the glyph or the sigil or the symbol of the planet Venus. If you work with astrology, you will recognize that. You've also probably seen that symbol everywhere. That's kind of the universal symbol that's used to represent the feminine or to represent woman, right? Is that circle with the cross underneath it. But that represents tonight, since we're having a cosmic conversation, we're using that to represent the planet of Venus. Venus, that beautiful blue planet that's close to us in the lineup of our solar system. She is currently retrograde. And so what does that mean? Retrograde kind of has become this scary word in the metaphysical communities, but it really doesn't need to be. Retrograde is a time to revisit, to review, to revise, to refocus, to have a renaissance. And so Venus, particularly in a cosmic sense, Venus has to do with love and money. Those are important things to us, aren't they? So what we enjoy, our sensual expression of, our bodily expression of the things that we enjoy, all of our five senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. So imagine your most favorite delicious food. That's a Venus gift for you. Imagine your favorite smell. My favorite smell. Tell me your favorite smell. For me, it's a cross between my essential oils that I use, and the smell of chocolate chip cookies baking. Those are my favorite smells. And your favorite things to look at. I'm so much into art right now, all kinds of art. I'm refining my artist voice and the way I express my visual art. So I'm hungry for art, all kinds of art, abstract, landscape, any kind of art, watercolors, painting, sculpture. I want to experience as much art and have it in my eyes as possible. Oh, okay. Gardenias are Jocelyn's favorite smell. Awesome. And Anne says pansies are her favorite. Ooh, good. Good. Thank you for sharing that with me. Your favorite smells. Chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. Chocolate chip cookies baking. Those are fantastic. And the office where I work, at certain times, the wind has to be blowing just the right way, and it has to be just a little bit humid, but down the street is a bakery. And you get fresh baked bread smell sometimes when you're walking into work. Oh, that's delicious. I'm like, oh, yep. The Bunny Bread Bakery just down the street from our office. So the wind's got to be just right, though, to pick up that smell of all of those loaves of bread being baked and shipped all over the country, right here from where I am. So that's a delicious smell, too. And the things that you love to feel next to your body, silk sheets or fine fabrics, or the feeling of the grass, the cool grass. Who else has a favorite to share? Ooh, the negative ions after a thunderstorm. Yeah, that gives me kind of a little shiver just to think about that. Definitely. Lisa says she went to the grocery store today and she was singing to the music on the intercom with lots of smiles from people, and some started singing too. I love that. You started your own flash mob karaoke in the grocery store. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And who else? Oh, Jocelyn loves bakery smells. Yes. Yes, absolutely. And pan fried chicken. That's good too. Really good too. Excellent. So see, these are gifts of Venus. Venus, the goddess of love and enjoyment and pleasure. So what she gives to you in your astrology is the gift of pleasure. And right now, she is in a period of retrograde. Oh, Neshi says that she loves a warmed blanket on a cold, rainy night. Yeah, kind of curled up in a nice blankie. Definitely. So all of those gifts from Venus, we are being asked to review, maybe revise, maybe re-examine, maybe revive. Maybe there are some long forgotten things that you enjoy that are hiding out in your spiritual closet. Ooh, the wood smell of a new guitar. The gifts of Venus. Maybe she's asking you to go find those gifts that she has given you. Go find your gifts of pleasure, of enjoyment, of luxury, of valuing what you have. Oh, so you like to cuddle up with a good book on a rainy night. And Paul too. Well, that's good. That's good. We'll let him curl up with you there on a nice rainy evening and just be so comfortable. So Venus is retrograde from May 13th to June 25th. And she's retrograde right now in the sign of Gemini. So she's giving us the opportunity to really learn more about what we enjoy and learn more about what we value and be able to express those things. So all of you were very quick to tell me exactly what you enjoy. I love that. And so I'm going to kind of give you a little assignment. If you would like to do some further exploration of your Venus gifts, what can Venus give me during this retrograde time period that I can express more readily out in the world? What does Venus want me to learn about enjoyment and pleasure and values and my own valuables, the things that I have around me? I know for myself, I've been, in addition to my disciplines, I've been looking through the things that give me joy, and I've been lovingly able to release the things that, it's not a bad thing, it just doesn't give me joy anymore. So I'm releasing it. You're putting it in the pile to let someone else have it. Maybe you've been doing some of that too. Like, is it time to go through your cupboard with all the Tupperware and find you have 100 lids and 30 bowls? Maybe it's time to match all the lids to all the bowls, and then the rest can be recycled. Maybe it's time for that. We also have some other planets that are going retrograde, but these are the outer planets. So their influence is important, but their influence is more universal and general for everybody. So we also have Jupiter that is retrograde, and Jupiter is about our ability to connect with the higher mind and higher wisdom. And he goes retrograde about 5 months out of the year, every year. So that's a pretty regular thing that we get to rethink that. Saturn is also retrograde. Saturn is father time. Saturn is get her done. Saturn is you're gonna put on your shoes and get your pencil and you're gonna get down to business kind of thing. So what do you need to revisit that you need to get down to business about? And Pluto is also retrograde. And Pluto is the power of the chrysalis that changes the caterpillar to the butterfly. So all of these three guys, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, are retrograde in the same, they're all in the same house going retrograde. Let's put it that way. They're all in the mansion of Capricorn retrograde right now. So they're all exploring. So Jupiter wants us to think more clearly and of the higher mind related to Capricornian things, of being organized, to keeping a schedule and practice, being on time. How many have you found? How many of you out there have found that you're like, what day is it? Oh, it's 2:00. No, I just looked at the clock. It was 5:00. Where did all this time go? That with this changing of our schedule out there, it has really changed our internal clocks. So this is the time to kind of get your internal clock kind of back together. Neshi is saying that her Jupiter is her ruling planet that is in retrograde. Yes, yes. And so for you, Neshi, Jupiter, your ruling planet, being in retrograde, can prompt you to, how do I want to say this? To review and remember all of those wonderful exploring trips that you've been on in your life. And I know you've gone all over the world. And remembering what are the nuggets of wisdom that you've brought back to weave into your life. Because everywhere you've been in the world, and every time you have been out there in the world, you've woven that like a braid into your life, into your beingness, into the way you express, into the way that you work your business with Star Nations, the way that you publish, the way that you write, the way that you speak. So this would be a good time of Jupiter remembering. But Venus, this is special because Venus retrograde only happens every 18 months. And it happens for about 40 days. We've heard that before, haven't we? The whole 40 days and 40 nights, raining for 40 days and 40 nights. You know, there's a lot of astrology in the Bible. That's where we get that, honestly. That idea of stepping away from the normal way of things. So Venus is wanting us to take a step back and to reevaluate our expression of love and money, what we enjoy, what we value. And so tonight we are going to get to some readings for everyone. If you would like a card, I'm going to be using the tarot. That's the Animal Tarot by Ted Andrews. So we're going to look at not only a tarot tool, but also an animal ally. So kind of paired together there. What can be a tool for you to help you navigate this retrograde time frame where you're being asked to refocus, review, realign, revise, revisit, so that you can have a grand renaissance. Definitely. So if you would like a card, then please say card, please. Mary is here. And yes, we will start with the cards. So the way it works for me is I shuffle until the card that is for you comes up. And that was quick. That was quick. Your ally is the 5 of Shapeshifters. So again, this is the Ted Andrews Animal Tarot deck. So 5, in numerology, 5 is that tipping point. It's like the top of the roller coaster. It's the climax and the time of change. So it's like, it's right on the cusp, baby. Your roller coaster is going to start going downhill very soon. And your ally is the earthworm. Worms get their nourishment from the ground, but they also nourish the ground. So it's about nourishment for you. This is a time, and the tool for you for this retrograde season is to be very nourishing to your body, to your emotional system, to your mental system, and most profoundly to your spiritual system. So you can think of for yourself what things bring you joy and pleasure for your body, for your mind, for your emotional field, and for your spirit. Yeah. Thank you for putting that ticker along the bottom. Yes, I'm using the Animal Tarot deck by Ted Andrews. Thank you for being with us tonight. And Jocelyn. Yes. So, yes. Yours is the Knight of Ancients. So it's very much a fire energy. It's a protection energy. And yours is the Komodo dragon. Strong survival instincts and impulses. So, did you know that we have what's called the reptilian brain, or the primal brain, the brain that says, oh, can I eat it? Or do I have to run away from it? That's our primal brain, but it's so deep that it's deeper than our conscious mind that says, let me think about all of the data before I do A, B, and C. This is the part of the brain that acts out of instinct. And so it's time for you to really make an ally out of your strong instinct. Using fire energy. And I'm actually seeing a totem ally or a power ally of a purple dragon. Pretty large. About, larger than a car. Pretty tall, larger than a car, but a protective, strong ally for you. So there you are, Jocelyn. Oh, we have a few more join us tonight. Sandy's here and Ollie's here. All right, Lisa would like a card. Lisa, you get the 6 of shapeshifters. The 6 I always think of as the abundance of earth. So see the top of the 6 there? It's like a spout. It's a spout for all the abundance of heaven to gather right there in the big bag of the 6, right? It goes down the chute from it goes down the chute from heaven and fills up the pot there. That's what I think of 6, is the abundance of earth. And you have the cicada. What are cicadas known for? Singing at the top of their lungs in the trees all summer long. So singing through the grocery store, yeah, that's going to be one of the biggest tools for you. And not only that, singing, humming, chanting, but giving yourself compliments throughout the day. It's like, hey, good looking. Fun things like that. Flirting with yourself. Singing your song. Tooting your horn. Yeah, that's for you for this retrograde time period. Yeah. Excellent. Thanks for joining tonight. I'm sorry, everyone. I still have to drink that water. Of course, Neshi. Yours just jumped right out. Yours is the 2 of Earth. So it's about weighing options, balancing work and play. And with this weighing of options with the porcupine is all about boundaries, right? You can cuddle a porcupine as long as the quills are down, right? But if you get too close at the wrong time, whoop, those quills go up. And if you still persist, what happens? That porcupine says, no, thank you, ma'am. And, shoots out those quills for protection. So balancing and boundaries. Yeah. I know this is something that we are always all working on. And you did a wonderful show about boundaries recently. So I know you've been working on boundaries. You did a great share on boundaries. And I think you're going to dive deeper into that, doing a series or an online class about boundaries. So please do, because we can all benefit from this. Thank you, Neshi. I love the messages of the animals coming through. I love the tarot, of course, but the animals, this deck is very special to me. I normally only used it for myself, but Spirit said it needs to come out and work with everyone tonight, especially as we are working with our Venus, our enjoyment. For you, it's magic. Magic afoot. The fox. Foxes are cunning in that they enchant their prey. They don't necessarily go after things directly because they're really not that fast and they're clever. So one of the things the fox does is pretends like he's playing all by himself, pretends like he doesn't know what's going on around there. And at the perfect moment, he strikes and grabs his prey. So it's all about being aware and listening. See how his ears are perked up? Listening for that perfect time to strike. This is interesting too, that a fox always runs with his tail out. And that's about being guided from your instincts. So be guided from your instincts, from the tail, right? From your lower dantian, from your creative center, your sacral chakra, and listening for that time, listening for when your inner voice says, get it, and then jump on it. That's for you, Lynn. All righty. Who's next? Violet, of course. Oh, excuse me. That my eyeball itches now. I must really have those spring allergies. You get the elephant. Justice, balance, and diplomacy. Did you know that the elephant, this is what I love about the elephant. Elephant sings the songs of earth. Whales sing the songs of the cosmos. And even scientists study that as the whales' songs change, they are singing the changing of the heavenly structures of the cosmos. But elephants sing the songs of earth. Their low grunts and their lumbering steps resonate throughout miles. They can communicate with herds and part of their own families and extended families, miles and miles and miles. But it's really about getting in touch with the songs of earth. So doing that gardening, being outside, squishing your toes in the sand or in the dirt or in that grass, that soft grass, really listening for the sounds of earth. And I'm hearing bird songs too. So enjoying all of those songs that earth offers. Yeah, that's for you, Violet. So thank you. Thank you. Deborah would like a card, please. Yes. And we might go over just a few minutes, and that's okay because I want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to know their Renaissance tool. You have the Swan. Dreams are awakening. And this is the Temperance card. He associates the Swan with the Temperance card. The Temperance card of the tarot is all about blessings. It's the blessings of spirit being poured out on the earth plane. And here we have the Swan. The Swan has always been associated with the goddess, especially Mother Mary. So this divine feminine energy that sometimes can be maligned, right? Think of the story, The Ugly Duckling. That's really a beautiful swan. But when you grow up around ducks who don't know what a swan looks like, they can kind of think it's ugly and pick on him. But really, it's a beautiful swan. So please honor the magic that is you, the dreams that are yours, the art that you do, the artist voice that you have. Your art, your gift is not going to be like anybody else's. One time, I'm going to share this with you. It was shared with me that the flamingo doesn't look anything like the elephant because their jobs are different. One's not better than the other one. There's really no comparison. They both have sacred jobs to do, and they're both fit for their jobs. So your job, your art, your magic, your dream is fit just for you, and it's not going to be like anybody else's. So awaken that. There you go, Deborah. Thank you. And we have Alyssa. Certainly. Yeah. All righty. You have a fire card. It's the gecko. The gecko. And on the card it says, do what we must in struggles. But to me, this feels like adaptability. You know, these guys, they can get into the tightest of spots. And you're thinking, how did he fit in there? Well, he can morph and change and do exactly what he needs to fit where he needs to and go where he needs to go. So believe that your body, your mind, your emotional system, and your spirit will be given the grace and the tools to do what needs to be done at the moment that you need it. And that's when you rely heavily on your spiritual team. So your own angels, your own allies. Say, I don't know how X, Y, or Z is going to work out. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I just know I need to get there. Let them work it out. Like the power of the gecko to get where he needs to go exactly when he needs to get there. So there you go, Alyssa. Yeah. Yeah. Sandy would like one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, here we go. I just talked about this Whale medicine. Ooh. On the Judgment card. The Judgment card of the tarot is all about your gifts calling you. It's like, come here, pick me up. I want to work with you. It's your gifts calling you. So whale medicine is calling you. Whales sing the songs of the heavens, the cosmic realms, like the cosmic conversation we're having tonight. Whales sing the song of the heavens. So connecting to your star family, that would be a good thing. If you, any of you, work with the Pleiadian star families plural, then 2 times a year, the Pleiadians are working very closely with the folks here on Earth. And that's from May 11th to about the 17th, 18th, and November 11th to the 17th or 18th. That window of time is when the Earth lines up in a specific way to the Pleiades, the 7 sisters, the stars that are up there in the heavens, the 7 stars. And so when we have that alignment twice a year, then that is the time when the Pleiadian families, the Pleiadian groups, the Pleiadian star beings work with their Earth allies on Earth. So you could be getting downloads and special skills and tools and activations from your Pleiadian star sisters and brothers. So there you go, Sandy. Thank you. Alrighty. Holly. Thank you, Holly. I want to say thank you for sending me the name of that flower that was part of my bouquet. You know, we're talking about things that you enjoy tonight and working with your Venus energy. Well, yesterday I was at the store buying just, a few groceries or things, and they had some bouquets, some flowers, some beautiful red roses and some lilies too. It looked like lilies to me. So I grabbed this bouquet at an awesome price because, I'm just going to buy myself flowers. And Holly messaged me later and said, oh, it's this kind of flower, which I can't pronounce it now. But thank you. Thank you for sending me that. Your message tonight, Holly, is the cricket, the queen of shapeshifters, cricket. So you know how crickets love to sing? Crickets sing in their gifts. So it's time to get very vocal about your gifts, speaking strongly and with gratitude about your gifts. I'm thankful for my gift of healing. I'm thankful for my gifts of seeing. I'm thankful for my gifts of sensing. I love using my gifts to help people. So I would invite you to do that as many times a day. If you can say that to yourself in the mirror, that'd be awesome. So anytime you're in washing your hands and you can see yourself in the mirror, you can say, I'm so grateful to be using my gifts of blah, 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 and name them by name. My gifts of healing, my gifts of creativity, my gifts of empathy, my gifts of your gifts. Just go down the line, thanking and singing like the cricket about your gifts. You could literally sing if you want to, but at least speaking that aloud with your voice and your throat chakra. Yeah, there you go. Good one. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Who else would like a card? Barbie. Hello, Barbie. Good to have you tonight. Okay. Your ally is the mouse. This is the 5 of the 4-leggeds. So mouse energy is all about exploring. Explore, explore, explore. Try new recipes. Try new places. Try new things. Try new physical activities. I'm seeing you doing cartwheels. So if you can do that safely and it's comfortable for you, do it. And have fun. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy. Life's not all about just chasing after that cheese. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy. That's the biggest message here is enjoy. Explore and enjoy. Thank you, Barbie, for watching. Oh, Holly says that she loves crickets. Bobby would like a card tonight. Absolutely. Thank you for hanging with me. I know we're over just a little bit, but I want to make sure that everyone gets a card who would like a card this evening. So, oh, here we go. This is very, very strong maternal energy. Crocodile, Queen of the Ancients. Crocodiles, alligators are very maternal, able to navigate both on land and in the water, able to sense through very deep and murky waters, right? Able to sense through their body, the tension of the water. They know when an animal has entered the water or is getting close. They can feel those vibrations. So allow your body to be the barometer of your gifts. Definitely. And so all of those clairsentient expressions, they're all different for everyone, honestly. So Spirit is telling me that I need to share a little bit about the clairsentience. Clairsentience can be clear sensing of emotion. You know, you can have a clear sensory experience of grief or crying or laughter or something along those lines, but you can also have shivers down your spine or feeling tension or feeling cold or feeling hot or all of those things. Your sensory experience, it's all valid. So definitely affirm that. Thank you, Bobby. And anyone else would like a card this evening? Did I get everybody? Rob, of course. Let's get you a card. Thank you for being a faithful producer. Finding that picture of Venus tonight. He did that for me. And making sure everyone gets there up on the screen. Okay. Your card tonight, the 10 of Winged Ones. This is the Peacock. A new cycle is emerging. Ooh, yeah. And the message that's coming through for you, Rob, is to be able to see with all of your eyes. So that's your inner eyes, plural. And your eyes, your physical eyes, but to see with all of your eyes. And also I'm being shown your hands. So the gates of your hands, right there, the chakra that's in the middle of your hands, those are sensing areas too. So see with all of your eyes, including the gates of your hands. Yeah. All right. Oh, it's been a beautiful conversation. I'm so glad that all of you have joined me this evening. Did I get everybody? I want to make sure I get everybody. And stay tuned for some new things happening at the Cosmic Conversations with Julie Hedges. Some things are going to be unfolding in the summertime. I'm really excited about that. But as we close our evening together and we sign off of this beautiful discussion that we've had, I want to share with you Sat Nam. Sat Nam. My name is truth. I am truth. Sat Nam. That's a beautiful affirming practice that you can do anytime. Sat Nam. The truth is me. I am truth. I am. And that's truth with a capital T. Sat Nam. And good night.